Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Bouncing Back with Brighton. In today's episode we are going to face Chelsea in the League Cup quarter-final. We're also going to play Cardiff after that at home in the Premier League. But of course we've got some fixtures to review since the last time we met. So the last time we met was the victory against Shakhtar Donetsk. Donetsk? I can't even say that. Next up after that was probably our performance / result of the season. It was a 3-2 home win against, I think they were second or third place at the time, Arsenal. Alvarado got 3 goals from that right hand side, proving that he can be just as effective out on the right. Aubameyang got them a couple of goals. I think he equalised each time he scored, but we managed to get the 3 points against one of the best teams in the league. Next up was a 3-1 home win against Brighton. Marco Bulat got a couple of goals from the centre of midfield. Rodrigo Marquez got a goal up front. Dominic Solanke got a goal in the 93rd minute for Wolves to give them a little bit of a consolation, but a well-deserved victory for us. Next up was the final game in the Europa League group stage, which we played a fully rotated side as much as we could due to injuries and stuff, and we won 4-2. Sutar, Marquez and Ramoli with the goals for us, a double for Marquez as well. They did get a couple of goals just after half time. It went to 3-2 after they got their 2, and I was a little bit worried considering they weren't even in this game, yet they somehow got themselves back in touching distance, but we managed to get the 4th goal and shut that right up. And finally we went away from home against West Ham United and won 2-0. Rodrigo Marquez with a double. He's been bagging the goals in recently and he is flying up in terms of his attributes. He looks like he's going to be incredibly special. 12 goals and 14 Premier League starts in a system that is not designed for the striker to score goals, bear in mind. You've seen what us were like in the Championship when we were the most dominant side. Our striker barely scored. And this guy is making it work somehow. But after all them fixtures, the Premier League looks like this. We are sitting in 3rd place. I mean, yes, Man City will probably go above us. But in terms of the rest of the sides, we are well up there in the top 4. Top 6 is still my aim. 6th place is still what I'm looking at. I'm imagining similar to the way we did last season. I think it was around the middle part we began to struggle. I think that'll happen again this season, purely down to the fact that we're playing so many more fixtures now in the Europa League. We've made it through the knockout rounds. Our squad isn't the biggest to begin with, and there is a couple of players who seem to love getting injured. But we're doing fantastically well. And Marquez, top scorer in the league. But the league is not the focus for today's game. It is the League Cup. We're in the quarterfinals, and if we win today, we are in the semis. And I think, is this how we're going to line up? Does anybody I really want to bring on? No, I think this is how it's going to play. Back Butland in goal, Tavares, Alvarez, Badiashile, and Carlos Julio in the defence. Bentieb, Bulat, Alvarado, Gravenberch, Doku, and Marquez complete our 11. Let's see how we get on against Chelsea. Now, if you remember back to the beginning of the season, they absolutely demolished us. They wiped the floor with us. We could not handle them. Hopefully, we can do better today. The domestic cups are never really a priority for me, you know, particularly when you get further on in this year and you're one of the best teams in the league. The domestic cups just don't mean as much. At this stage, whilst we're still sort of in the middle between being a mid-table / top-off side to a team that's actually challenging at the top, this is our opportunity where a League Cup win would really matter this season, and it would be great to get past Chelsea today. But we all know they are a very good side, and they seem to have our numbers. Pavon cuts inside, goes just wide with a strike from the edge. First 25 minutes go by, and we'll finally get our highlight. Alvarado with the corner. Please don't let them break on us. If we lose the ball here, they could do, but Gravenberch is in possession on this left-hand side. He gets a back post. Alvarado nods it back to Bentieb, and what a strike that is by Bentieb. Absolutely fantastic. I thought Alvarado was going to take that down and take the strike on himself, but he heads it back, and Bentieb with the first-time strike gets it into the far corner, the top corner as well. Bouncing ball. Absolutely fantastic stuff. 1-0. Highlight now, 35 minutes in, Tavares gives the ball away to Kanté in the midfield, and now Chelsea are in possession. Some decent play by Chelsea to knock it around out the back, of Mandzukic sends away through Morata. He tries to dink it over Butland, and Butland stands strong and collects the ball easily. Another highlight now, Christian Pavon on the ball for Chelsea, plays it back to Aspi Arthur to Nicolo Barella in the centre of midfield. He scored a goal last time. Mandzukic from very far out goes very close, and I think that's just about time for us to go on the counter as Alvarado gets at another corner. Please don't lose possession. We all know we suffer. Oh my God, what a strike by Gravenberch. I was just about to say we suffer when teams counter us after our own corners. And Gravenberch completely shut me up. What a strike that was. Hits the post and goes into unbelievable strikes so far in today's game. I think it was Bulat plays the ball back to him here. And this is from about 25 yards. Hits the post and goes in. He does have that in his locker. His second goal of the season. We're making this look a little bit easy. Say that quietly. And there we are, half-time. Despite the match stats, we are leading 2-0. We will kick back off of the second half. We are on a cautious mentality now. So hopefully the boys sit back a little bit deeper and don't let Chelsea counter us. That is the main issue I think we've got. Highlight now, 52 minutes in, and it's a throw-in on this right-hand side for Chelsea. The ball's played in Akanté in the centre, and they can build from the back with Harry Maguire. They've built this up nicely, and Pavon skips past his man, goes for goal, and Butland manages to keep him out. Another highlight now, and it is Chelsea once again in possession. Can we nick this? Or Tavares gets in there, and Alvarado set away on this right-hand side. Ball's played back post. Doku's there. He brings it down and finds Marquez. That is unbelievable composure. I did expect him to go for it first time. We've seen him do that before. But no, he brings it down and as cool as you like, slips through Marquez. Some good play by Alvarado on this right-hand side. Great ball back post. And this great first touch completely does two men. And Marquez is unmarked to make it 3-0 with 60 minutes gone. With only 20 minutes remaining, we will look to make some changes. Gravenberch is always the one who seems to be sacrificed due to his condition, and we'll bring on Alan Ramoli in that attacker midfield spot. We'll keep on Tavares and we'll take off Harry Winks for Marco Bulat, saving our final sub in case of emergency or for the last 5 or 10 minutes. 15 minutes to go in this one, and there is another highlight. Julio gives the ball away to Pulisic, but will win it back in the midfield, and Marquez tries to set away Alvarado, who does receive the ball on the right hand side. The ball's played in. Doku, it's cleared only as far as Julio hits the ball. Oh, it's cleared by Chelsea defence. 6 minutes to go. We will take off Tavares now. We'll bring on John Souttar, the more defensive option in the right back role. And there we are. Chelsea smashed us. Was it 4-1? Or am I thinking of Liverpool? No, I'm sure Chelsea smashed us as well. But we have just smashed Chelsea at home 3-0. I mean, it's up there with the Arsenal performance. Obviously, with it being the League Cup, I think they played a slightly rotated side. I have to check now. I'm sure Chelsea's beat us this season. I might be... No, they did. They smashed us 4-1. They were at home at that point, but we played absolutely awfully in that game. So to then beat them 3-0 is a massive, massive step up for us. And I think the boys and all the players as individuals are definitely grown as the season's got on. And as you can see, the last 10 games or so has been absolutely wonderful. With only 3 days to go between this game and the Cardiff game, we are resting our players, and I'll see you in 3 days. So we're back at home against Cardiff for today's game. This will be the lineup. Jack Butland in goal, Tavares, Souttar, Badiashile and Carlos Julio in the defence. Bentancur and Bulat in the centre. Mbalo's going to get the start today. I really want to see him start to improve and start to make that right wing spot his own. You know, Alvarado was always going to be our backup for basically both wings. And he's made that right hand side his own, but I want to keep giving him Mbalo the opportunities because he does have the potential, and I think he has the stats to be effective on that right hand side. He's just not really done it so far. We'll quickly check how he's been performing. So 2 goals and 3 assists in 7 Premier League games is actually nothing to sneeze at, but his average rating isn't that great. He's in and out of the team through injury constantly. He was one of our big signings during the summer, £22.5 million, and he hasn't really justified the price right now. Gravenberch and Doku complete the attack in midfield, and Marquez will of course lead the line. So they come at us with an incredibly defensive formation, the 4-2-2, 2 wide midfielders in Masonda and Gudmundsson, Marega, Botham, Skip, Romy. Skip's actually a decent player, I think. I was looking at him in the summer to see if I could potentially sign him, but it never really became available. Let's kick off Cardiff. I would imagine they're not doing too well in the league, but we will check that out just now, just so for my own peace of mind I can see where they are currently standing. We are shooting from left to right in this first half. And Cardiff are currently in 19th position with only 1 win to their name, 6 draws and 9 defeats. Please don't jinx it, Sam. Gravenberch with a free kick early on goes just wide. Highlight now, and it's Cardiff who can break on it. Marega driving Cardiff forward. He finds Musonda in the box. And it falls to Skip, and Butland with an absolutely fantastic save to keep us level here. Cardiff should probably be 1-0 up after that opportunity. Musonda plays the ball in. We managed to clear. Can we counter ourselves, or is this end of highlight? Marquez driving forward. Yeah, it's end of highlight. I don't like how the first 20 minutes has gone, boys. Marquez with a free kick from the edge. He goes close, but he hits the bar and goes over. Benty with a free kick from deep. He plays it in. It goes all the way through to the back post, and Doku's there. His second time of asking. He first hits the post. And fortunately, the ball bounces straight back into his path, and he can make amends for the first miss. Benty with a free kick here. I'm not sure who wins the header, whether it was Badia Sheil or one of the Cardiff defenders. But Doku makes no mistake on the second attempt. Another highlight now. Mbalo plays the ball in from a corner. Balut picks it up in the box, but it's cleared by Cardiff. Bulat picks up the ball in the centre of the park. Marquez could feed through Tavares. Why is Tavares up there? I have no idea, but he was, and he misses his opportunity. If that was Doku, you would expect a goal. Marquez with a free kick from very deep. He goes for goal again, and Gunn with a big save. We've had 3 direct opportunities there from free kicks. Maybe one of them will go in. And there we are, half-time. Brighton 1, Cardiff 0. I'm not actually that pleased. I'm not happy with your performance, really. Cardiff should have been 1-0 up at one point, and despite us dominating possession, we're not really creating that many clear-cut opportunities. As you can see, only 3 shots on target in this game so far. I can't help but feel like Mbalo was our fault. You know, when we're playing with Alvarado, I tell you what, we'll make the substitution now. We'll take off Mbalo for Alvarado, and we'll see how our attack performs now. Alvarado's on the pitch. I just feel like maybe he brings out the best in everybody. I might be completely wrong. Cardiff with the corner here, and Alvarado can break with pace, which is one of the main key areas. He plays a back post. Marquez is there. He can't take the strike on from that position. Doku to Bulat. He should be burying that, and Alvarado gets the goal. His 9th goal of the season. I mean, Alvarado, does he become the first choice right winger? He probably does. But I'm just disappointed I haven't got Mbalo working yet. Maybe he plays better on the left-hand side, but Jeremy Doku's doing excellently on the left-hand side, so he's not going to get in there either. Bulat should... That was a fantastic save from Bulat, shot, by the way, by Gunn. Unfortunate for him, it falls to Alvarado. And we'll go 2-0 up. We've already got 5 shots on target since Alvarado came on the pitch. Another highlight, a corner. Alvarado plays it in. Benty Ebb's back post, and he puts it in at the second time of asking. Gunn is doing his very best to keep Cardiff in this game, but we always take 2. And Alvarado's playing back post. You can see Benty Ebb wins the header initially. Gunn with a big save, but from a very tight angle, Benty Ebb gets his 3rd goal of the season and now a 3rd goal of the game. With only 15 minutes remain, we will look to make some changes, see who's struggling the most. Tavares can come off for Bogle, and Gravenberch can come off for Ramoli, and we'll see how things go from there. 5 minutes to go, and Benty Ebb's got a free kick from deep. It's played back in, and Sutar gets his head on it to make it 4-0. I feel a little bit sorry for Cardiff. I don't think they deserve to be 4-0 down, but this is what happens when you bring on Alvarado. Sutar plays it back in. Badia Sheil heads it on back to Sutar, and he gets his 3rd goal of the season and now 4th for the game. Another highlight, this time it's Cardiff playing in the advanced role, and Gunnarsson picks it up in the midfield. Ramoli, though, manages to pick it up in the midfield, picking up a loose pass from one of the Cardiff players, and Doku's on the left-hand side now, plays the ball in. Oh my days, that's a penalty. I thought it was a goal. Ref, you should just let that play on. Marquez steps up for the penalty, though. Can he make it 5? No, he can't. Gordon deserves a medal. He's done fantastically in goal for Cardiff. He does not deserve to be on a 6.7 despite conceding 4 goals in today's game. And with 10 seconds to go, this will likely be the final highlight of the game, with nothing really coming from it. So it will be Brighton 4, Cardiff 0. A thoroughly professional performance, although we did look like we might struggle until we brought in Alvarado. He was the difference maker today on that right hand side. He's getting better in terms of his positional awareness there as well. So I really don't want to give up on Mbalo yet, but it's certainly getting to that point with how Alvarado's playing. So after that match, we see ourselves sit in 3rd position in the league table. Pretty much everybody's on the same amount of games played, apart from Man City, who have got 3 games to play, and they are 6 points behind us. So let's just assume they win all their games. We would still be sitting in 4th position in the Premier League. at almost the halfway point, which will be an unbelievable achievement. In terms of where we're going to come back, I'm going to change the way I do the January a little bit. We've got an absolute load of games to go through. I'm not entirely sure. The thing is, I don't envision a lot happening in January. I do have a couple of signings already lined up, but in terms of first team key player signings, I think them are going to be a thing of the past. You know, we don't really do that in January anymore. So I think I'm going to come back and we'll play the Newcastle and Manchester City games. Them seem like they might be key, and we'll also play the Liverpool and Bristol City games in the episode after. Or I might just skip through that and play through the CSK Moscow. I'll see how things go when I'm playing it, but yeah, you're likely to see 2 episodes through the January period. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you are enjoying my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.